told you it was a dumb joke. I told you I wanted you. But yeah. Oh man, how do we feel about work comp doctors? Has anybody had to file a work comp claim before? No. One. Okay. Well, I know you, so how do you know, Veronica?
Horrible. Hated it.
Yeah. Scum of the fucking earth, right? I've never wanted. I know you're like, oh shit, it's not real. You know me. I've never wanted to hurt another human being like that before or since in my life. Like, it was very weird. It was weird. So long story short, I was 25, working in a bakery. I started working when I was like 14, empty trash cans after school. At 15, started to get lower back pain. That's when I found out. It's like, oh, you got scoliosis, kyphosis, and malformed disc in your mid back. So I got the bad back lottery. I still managed to skateboard for a long time. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. I was working in the post office for a bit. Bad job for your back, don't do it. And I was working in this bakery. It was like heavy trays, narrow areas, a lot of like twisting, turning, right? It was like the third time I tweaked my back that summer. And it's just the stupidest shit. I leaned left to check underneath like the counter if I needed to fold some more cake boxes. And I straightened up, and it felt like somebody had plucked a guitar string like in my back, just like twang. I was like, yeah! And it was like, oh, fuck. I was like, hey, Sherry, my manager, she was dope as fuck. She's, anyway, it was a whole other story. And then, hey, Sherry, I think I gotta go home. And she's like, yeah. She's like, no problem, she's cool. I didn't have health insurance outside of work at the time. I was leaving that job in 2 weeks to start a grad program at Humboldt State University, and so like I had to file a work comp claim to get help, like to get to see a doctor. I get in to see this work comp doctor. This motherfucker with a straight face, expects me to like believe this shit. He's all like, it's a pulled muscle. You should keep working, keep going to school. It's like, dude, my leg is numb and I can't sleep. I think it's more than a pulled muscle. But again, they get paid to not treat people, right? I worked at this hippy-dippy like co-op. It's basically like a Whole Foods, but not, an independent Whole Foods, whatever, pretentious as fuck. Right. But they're still insured by Berkshire Hathaway and Associates, which is Warren Buffett's main moneymaker. So now you know how it gets those billions, right? So I had words with this motherfucker. He just left the office, and the nurse comes back in, and she's like, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here. I was like, me either. And that was like the end of that visit, my ass back to the bus stop, right? Fast forward a few weeks, I didn't really have much choice. I kept trying to do what I was doing, and what happened one time, thank goodness, I ended up in the emergency room with an episode of bowel incontinence. You know what that is, right? Oh shit, literally. All of a sudden, there's poop in your pants, and you don't know where it came from, right? And you're just all like, oh shit. So I get down to the emergency room, the ER doc's like, when did this happen? I was like, mid-August, it's like early October now, and he's like, they didn't do an MRI? I was like, nope. He's like, I'm gonna do that for you. I was like, thanks, bud. So that MRI, one herniated disc. Fast forward, had to quit everything. They were like, you can paralyze yourself, you gotta chill the fuck out. Like, so I had to quit everything and move back home. Thankfully, I was able to go back to my mom's house until her new boyfriend convinced her to kick me out. So yeah, I know, fun fucking times, right? So I end up at another MRI. They're like, oh, actually, 3 herniated discs. So you can imagine how I feel about this first work comp doc, right? I ended up at grad school, I had to figure some shit out. Hanging out with we had like a new classmate in the program, and she and her boyfriend were both from Humboldt County. And she's like, hey, we're just shooting shit one night, smoking some weed, drinking some beers, like us students do. And and we get on Humboldt, I'm like, oh yeah, I ended up down here, and I'm all like, man, that no good son of a bitch, bootlicking piece of shit work comp doc if I ever, right? The boyfriend, my classmate's boyfriend, his face just gets kind of long, and he just kind of looks at me, and he's like, hey man, where'd you say you went when you did this, when this happened? I was like, Mad River Hospital, Arcata, California. He's all like, what'd you say that doctor's name was? I was all like, yeah. I was like, Steven such and such, and he's just like, that's my dad. Imagine how I felt. I was like, shit, like my bad, but also your dad's bad, right? So be careful who you talk shit in front of, because it just might be their kid. And especially, keep it going for all y'all selves.